We've come to the finale of the Fusion Focus series. We are now at the Divas. We have AJ Lee and Lita, and I am lucky enough to be in possession of one of these lovely cards. That is a WrestleMania Pro Lita. I am absolutely stoked that I have had the chance to have this card in my collection. What we're also going to discuss today is also the effect that Blassie has on several of the cards, including some of the best cards in the game and what it actually means to the way King of the Rings are going to work, and how you can statistically and tactically get the advantage over your opponents. Now, I'm going to start off actually speaking about straight away. I'm actually going to go after Draco first of all. The two divas. Now, specifically, the best diva in the game in terms of overall points is AJ Lee. She has 2 more points statistically than Lita in the pro versions. But that's not the end of the story. Where Lita falls down is her power. Her power is incredibly low. It is in fact beaten by the Page PCC card. You may have noticed that. But where it exceeds is in a couple of other areas. For example, if you were to look at the toughness, speed and charisma, they are all better than AJ Lee, which means it's actually better to have the Lita card than it is the AJ Lee card. But not necessarily now. Right now, it's probably better to have the AJ Lee card because the AJ Lee card is not necessarily going to lose to Paige, and that makes a big difference in terms of overall stats. But whereas the Lita card is just weak in one specific stat, and is great. Maybe I prefer to refer these to kind of like Nikki Bella and Brie Bella, or in WrestleMania tier you've got Paige and Nikki Bella, where Nikki Bella is way the better card, but the overall stats rule in Paige's favour. So, simple fact of the matter is that Lita is a better card. Lita's the card you want for the future, but AJ Lee is the card you want for now. The WrestleMania Blassie gives a 30-point advantage to anyone who uses it for any stat. Now, let me just explain how that actually affects the Divas. Now, if you have an opponent who uses a PCC page, and that PCC page uses a WrestleMania Blassie, and you don't use anything else, that page, if it procs, will beat AJ Lee in every single stat. Yeah, you heard me right. If AJ Lee has no Blassie and doesn't proc, no support card attached, which it does happen in King of the Rings, and Paige has a Blassie and has a proc, it will beat AJ Lee in every single stat, which is crazy. On the other hand, if Paige has a Blassie and procs, the only stat it can beat Lita in is still power. Literally as far as Lita with a Blassie is better than Paige by 1 stat in power. By 1 stat point. Paige with a Blassie loses to Lita, WrestleMania Blassie, just to clarify, it by 1 stat point, and fails to beat Lita on speed and charisma with a Blassie and with a ability boost, which is the proc, or for example, is Paige tap out or PTR? I'm not sure. The simple fact is that Paige is much more effective against AJ Lee than he is against Lita as a card, other than that 1 stat where she beats her in. So it's definitely worth understanding that. With a Blassie, basically Lita is untouchable by AJ Lee. It's simple as that. If she procs, you might potentially get the win, but that's about it. In terms of power, she's always going to lose to AJ Lee unless you're using some kind of support card that provides that, I would say something like the 2x4 would probably be the best thing to use. But even then, if the AJ Lee, like I found it in last PCC against Munty, who has an AJ Lee card, my page lost badly purely because it was a power and speed battle. But as soon as you add that support card onto it, the match is over. It's as simple as that. Now here's a couple of other important points. So we know that Lita is the better card, but AJ is probably the better card to have for now. Let's look at the specifics. Oh, I've just come up against... let's see what happens here. Oh, wow, Macho Man just beat me. Nice. Didn't expect that at all. Wow, okay. I've just had my ass kicked. Wow. That was interesting. A guy who'd played 5,000 games, I think it was, just kicked my ass. That's the first loss I've had in a long time. So yeah, I'm pretty shocked by that. You have The Rock with a Blassie. The Rock will be able to beat anyone with no additional stat boosts. So no support cards, no Blassie, no additional assistance. Any of their natural stats apart from Shawn Michaels' speed. Ultimate Warrior, on the other hand, this is what makes Ultimate Warrior such a great card, will beat every single card's natural stats other than Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Undertaker's toughness. So they will actually tie in toughness. So technically, you could say that without a proc or a Blassie, if Warrior has a Blassie, no proc will be able to sit level with Stone Cold and Taker on toughness, but every other stat will be able to beat every other card, which I find absolutely crazy. But that's what makes the Ultimate Warrior such a great card. One of the reasons I said it was such a good card in the first place. That's going to be it for the Fusion Focus. Again, my pick for the Dream Team is going to be Lita in the Divas. So that's the first thing to say there. You want to have Lita, definitely the best card to have. I would say Triple H for his power, Taker for his toughness, and the additional left arrow. Hogan for his charisma, and also being the right arrow, and Shawn Michaels for the speed. In King of the Ring, it's going to be very simple. It is going to be having that Rock and Warrior in the singles, and having Hulk Hogan and either The Undertaker, and I'd personally say Triple H in the tag. Obviously, if you get two Warriors or two Takers, sorry, two Warriors or two Rocks, you want to sit those in the tag because those are really good cards to have as a tag. But this has been SuperZombGBBQ. Thank you very much for watching this series. If you've got any suggestions about things that I should be doing, any potential Fusion series in the future, or even just static cards, I've got a couple of ideas coming up which I'm really looking forward to, and hopefully you guys look forward to it as well and you enjoy it when they come about. If you have any other suggestions, comments, or anything else about any potential series that you're looking for, anything that you think that would be a good idea for the channel, again, I'm always open to suggestions. But hope you liked it. Most importantly, I hope you all have a fantastic day, a fantastic weekend, and you expect some Rocket League and some additional videos over the weekend, and maybe potentially a debut of a new series that I'm planning because Rotogori was yesterday. And most importantly, Zoli! That.
Dates with Big Dude. Kill myself. It just got real.